This is going to be a levels video for Tre Flips, and I'm going to let you guys know that this video is going up on my Patreon first. This year moving forward, I'm going to be releasing all of the videos this way, and the Patreon exclusive version of this video will be a little bit longer and will have a little bit added to it that's not here on YouTube. So if you're interested in seeing more of this video, and I will make sure that what's included on YouTube for free will help you and will allow you and give you some context for how I adapt my Tre Flip. But there's going to be a little bit more, and I'm going to get a little bit more in depth over on Patreon. I also do Q&As, one of which I just answered right now. I also offer one-on-one skate lessons to the top patrons over there. And if you're interested, check it out. But speaking of those one-on-one video skate lessons, I am offering those to everyone right now. I did one yesterday with Daniel. I think we made quite a bit of progress. He was all the way in Austria, but we figured it out. So if you're interested in video lessons with me, we did FaceTime, but I can also do Zoom. And if you have another method and it's available to me, I'm open to that as well. There is a card that will have flashed on the screen, or maybe is right now. You can get my information there, send me an email, and we can set it up. And if you're in Los Angeles or one of the surrounding areas, like I am willing to go as far as maybe Long Beach on the south end, and I'm willing to go as far as maybe Santa Clarita on the northern end. If you're in about that radius, hit me up and we can schedule one-on-one lessons as well. A lot of my clients left when the fire started, and they're still gone because they have children. They have to protect their children, and the air quality here for a person with developing lungs that you're trying to protect, it's just the smartest thing to get them as far away from here as possible. But yeah, if you're interested in lessons with me, you can do it that way. Also, check out COLLAGE Skateboards, my brand, www.collagesskateboards.com. This Wednesday, we've got something new dropping. And the last thing is, check out my music channel, Dreadward Bernays. I have a song that's going to be released this Friday, January 17th. It's called Down to Size. It'll be playing right now. I made the original parts of that song on my YouTube channel using my MPC, and then I took it, put vocals on it, and mixed it and did everything else myself later on. But if you're interested in anything like that, if the song playing fits your personal music taste, then pre-save that song and subscribe to my music channel, Dreadward Bernays, all linked below. That being said, we're going to get into the video. I recorded the meat of this video at the skate park, so check that out, and thank you. All right, so today I'm going to show you guys different ways that I'll Tre Flip based on what I'm trying to accomplish with the trick. You guys might have seen my other videos about different levels. I've done ollies, kick flips, heel flips, and now we're doing Tre Flips, right? So the first way that I learned the Tre Flip was, I always call it like Jason Lee's Tre Flip, but realistically all the first Tre Flips were done this way, and I don't even know if I'll be able to land it this way because I stopped doing them years and years ago. But basically, you're using a lot more of your front foot than I would than I would argue than any professional skater would use. And basically, it's gonna look like something like this. So yeah, I can barely make it work because it's really an outdated, moded version of Tre Flip, but it's the way most beginners learn. So let's see if I can land one. It's like that. That's how my first Tre Flips were, and I continued to do them that way until I started doing them down a 3-stair, and I wanted to do a 5-stair. So I am using my front foot, but I'm using my front foot mostly to counterbalance against the back foot. Now for this, my back foot's over the edge of the tail, and I'm gonna concentrate most on the scooping of my back foot, right? So that's why I recommend that you know how to pressure flip before you Tre Flip, as well as knowing how to varial flip first. So the front foot is going to assist the board in flipping, but basically it's doing this. When I push over with my back foot and sweep, my front foot's going to flip against the board, which is gonna make it flip the way I want it to, and then I'm gonna use my front foot to catch the board. And this is gonna enable me to land the tray flip much cleaner. So, very simple. That's like the simplest form of tray flip that you can do, that you're gonna be able to replicate over and over, and that you're gonna be able to take off of a set of stairs, off of a drop, anything like that. Okay, so we got this ledge. This is like about as high as your standard 3-stair. And once you get to something that's about this high, the relationship between how high you're gonna tray flip and how long it's gonna take you to hit the ground means you're gonna have to change your technique just a little bit. So when it comes to tray flipping something like this, I'm still gonna use that second method that I showed, but I'm gonna put my foot up a little higher and I'm gonna focus on projecting myself forward, because I don't want to tray flip so high that it feels like it's taking forever to hit the ground. Catching with your front foot is imperative for this, because that's the only way you're really going to stop the board from rotating. And if you try to do that Jason Lee method, you're going to over rotate with the board most likely. So here we go. So if you notice, my front foot's a lot further up there, and I'm trying not to tray flip very high, because the higher I tray flip, the more difficult it is to control when I'm tray flipping off something. So the next thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna tray flip up this manual pad here. And when it comes to this, I have a couple things to worry about that are gonna require me to change my tray flip. The first thing is height. I have to tray flip high. And since a tray flip is a rotating trick, I have to have a little bit of extra clearance, because there are different points during my tray flip where the board is probably going to be vertical. So I want to avoid my nose hitting. Also, I want to avoid clipping on the way up. So I have to go slightly faster, and to achieve all this, I'm going to choke up on my back foot, meaning for the normal one it was here, going down the stairs it was here, my front foot, I'm sorry. And for this, my front foot's gonna be back here. So here we go. These are the basic changes that I make. I want to talk a little bit about your back foot as well. So for that first version that I showed you guys, like not the first, it's going to be the second version, the first of the scoop heavy versions, I'm not hanging my foot super far over the edge of the board because it's not necessary. A little bit of my toe and I can make it work. For the other two versions, when I'm coming off of the ledge, which is made to emulate coming off of a set of stairs, same thing. I don't need to hang my foot over too much. But when it comes time to tray flip up, when I'm going for height, when I'm choking my front foot up, I'm gonna hang my back foot over a lot more, and I'm gonna scoop more vigorously, because that's what's gonna give me the desired height. When we want height, we need to generate more power from our legs. So that's why I'm coming back. That's why I'm hanging my foot off more, and that's gonna give me the type of tray flip I need when I tray flip up those 3 and 5 stairs. That's the only way that it's gonna work. The last thing that I'm gonna touch on is when you tray flip into, let's say, a nose slide or a 50-50. Those are my tips for tray flip as far as the different levels of a tray flip. It was interesting to do that old school Jason Lee type of tray flip. And I want to add one more thing here. When you are tray flipping out of something like a tail slide or maybe a front blunt slide, and I know this is going to be way advanced for some of you, but maybe there's someone watching who is at the skill level where this will help. That Jason Lee tray flip is actually the type that you will do. I was actually trying on a double-sided ledge to film a front blunt to tray flip out, and I had to, since my tail is completely covered by the ledge, I can't use and I'm sliding the opposite direction, I can't scoop for the tray flip, so I have to use the original type of tray flip, which I showed in that video, which Jason Lee did, which also DC Shoes put up a 7-minute video. That's awesome. And one of my favorite skaters growing up to watch, Josh Kalis, was in it. He tray flipped over a gap off of a bump, and he actually did that old school type of tray flip, which it doesn't surprise me because he's a 90s skate. He's from the 90s. But that tray flip is what you would use to do like tray flips or big flips out of like a back tail or a front blunt. So there is a purpose to learning that tray flip, and there is a purpose to still being able to do that type of tray flip even as you progress and you're using the other methods that I showed, to tray flip off stairs, to tray flip upstairs, to tray flip into manuals, to tray flip into grinds and slides. So all of the different levels of that tray flip and all the different applications, they do have their place regardless of how advanced you are as a skater. That being said, thank you for watching. I hope this video is helpful to you guys. Consider joining the Patreon. Check out www.collagesskateboards.com. Get a deck, get a hat, get a t-shirt, get a hoodie. Help support. Small businesses are difficult to run, and this really takes a lot. And this year, I'm kind of reevaluating my time management, and I'm going to have to make everything as meaningful as possible in order for me to keep doing this stuff, because it really is time consuming. But I do want to keep bringing information to you guys and figure out a way to make this worthwhile for myself so that I can use my experience and the knowledge that I've gained skating for so long to help other people have more fun skating, you know? Also, like and subscribe, please, because that really helps this channel. Really want to get up to that 20,000 subscriber mark within the next couple of months here. So all the subscriptions and likes are appreciated.